What's up, everyone, and welcome back. It's your main man, Boogie, here, and let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 5. And so far, this season has been awesome, but it's pretty safe to assume that this has been the best episode so far this season. In Part 5, Shadow Warrior starts off right where we left off, which is when Morgan Elsbeth had just taken off with a gigantic hyperspace ring to parts pretty much unknown, in a different galaxy to say the very least. After dealing with that catastrophe in space, Hera goes planet bound and sees the other catastrophe that has happened down here. Baylan Skoll's just wreaked havoc. We can't find Ahsoka, and Sabine is left with the potential bad guys. And it's easy to feel why Hera feels so much loss here. There's so much that not only has she put into the Rebels crew, but into Sabine. Their relationship has developed over the years. These are compatriots that have gone to battle with each other. But someone else who's had untold loss in this as well is the droid Huyang, and we see it in this point as well. He laments that these Padawans and masters never seem to stay together. The master and apprentice relationship seems to be key to keeping those in Huyang's care alive. And when we think about just that alone, it's beautiful that Dave Filoni encapsulated all of that in this one simple moment. I mean, the countless amount of lives that Huyang has seen extinguished in his time as the Jedi's lightsaber maker must be astounding. I mean, he's lost so many Padawans, and especially ones at the end of the era of the Jedi, at the hands of Anakin Skywalker. And how excellent of Dave Filoni to also bring that in with Huyang at that part to say that Anakin was intense. Understatement to say the least, but an excellent way to describe Anakin. And of course, the moment between Huyang and Hera also leads into a moment with Jacen Syndulla, who we come to find out is not only untrained in the Force, but also incredibly powerful in the Force. At one point, Jacen is not only able to hear Ahsoka in the world between worlds, but also bring his mother into that vision as well. I mean, the amount of Force ability to be able to do this, we haven't quite seen power like this to not only have a Force vision that's accurate like this, or maybe even a vision through the direct Force, but also to bring a non-Force user in with him is very indicative of a massive amount of power in the Force. And it's also untrained from an early age, which is quite the bane of the Jedi existence. This whole forbidding of attachments and other things has been foregone by Hera and a lot of the other Jedi training. I would even venture to say she's quite afraid of the eventuality of her son not only wielding the Force, but being trained in it as well. She has seen what this can lead to with her own love, Kanan Jarrus. That incident in the Force that young Jacen is listening into is actually Ahsoka and her old master, Anakin Skywalker, battling in the world between worlds. And when we really think about it, Ahsoka's upbringing is kind of the antithesis of young Jacen's. I mean, Jacen has been privy to war, but not in the sense that Ahsoka was. From a very young age, she was directly thrust into it. This aspect of master and apprentice, especially the difficulties that the youth experience without the burden of attachment or family, became a major tenet of the Clone Wars as we know it. As far as Ahsoka, as we encounter her, it's pretty safe to say at this point she's dead, or at least in some position in between those worlds. Is that what the world between worlds is? I happen to think, yeah, and quite a bit more. It's possibly a gateway to not only other times, but also other places, maybe different galaxies. All sorts of different aspects could be encapsulated in this transitory world. Anakin and Ahsoka's journey will not only be through the world between worlds, but also through different points in their past. The shared tragic loss of a youth to war, and also the lack of a family based on the callousness of the Jedi Order, have really tied these two together, not only as a master and apprentice, but also as a brother and sister. And Dave Filoni excellently calls back to Season 3, Episode 15, 16, and 17 of the Clone Wars, and when we visit Mortis and the brother and sister and the father of Mortis as well. We come to find out that Anakin, being the chosen one, is slated to take the father's place and to be able to control the brother, who happens to be an embodiment of the dark side of the Force, and the sister, who happens to be an embodiment of the light side of the Force. The harmony between these two creatures leads to the overall harmony and balance in the Force and the galaxy. Upon the slaying of the sister and her transference of the last of her Force energy into the saving of Ahsoka Tano, Ahsoka became the embodiment of the light side, or the sister, as we come to see. And this has been mirrored many other times in Dave Filoni helmed aspects of Star Wars, as we see the bird that used to go along with the sister has now attached itself to Ahsoka Tano. Similarly, the brother, or more of the dark side, really came to embody itself in Anakin, as opposed to him taking over the helm of the father. Once the father died, it really allowed for the eventual balancing of the Force, but really the kind of untaming overall. We already knew that Ahsoka would be assuming more of this title, or more of Ahsoka the Grey, but what we really see here is more of a transition into Ahsoka the White. After this battle with Balin's skull and coming out of it after Hera rescues her, she really has this amazing moment where she transitions beyond any form of Ahsoka we've seen. Her power levels seemingly increase, even though she is already quite formidable to begin with, but she also obtains this level of calm that seemed to escape her before. And that's quite possibly my favorite aspect of this entire episode, is how Dave Filoni was able to escort us not only into this new era and this great aspect of the Filoniverse, but also bring Ahsoka along with us as she grows and we grow with her. And as Ahsoka goes on a journey, who else is going to take her there besides, of course, our friendly space whales, the Purgill? I mean, obviously they're going to take her out to this far other galaxy that we know so little about, that Ezra has already been taken there by these Purgill to sequester Thrawn in a galaxy far, far away. We get an excellent aspect of Carson Teva shining through, stalling not only this ineffective but seemingly counterintuitive New Republic fleet. I mean, they have two of their, all-stars of the New Republic or the Rebellion that are now going to turn into war criminals because they can't prove that this just happened with all of these other fighter pilots. It's very interesting that the New Republic is so quick to come out and admonish their heroes as opposed to believe them about this impending doom. And I love this aspect of Dave Filoni. Right here, he's got great surface moments, like with Carson Teva, where it's very easy to bring us in with cute things like that. But there's quite a bit more at play here. Not only are the Purgill an ancient species that knows quite a bit about the rest of the universe, but could they be left over from some other previous species in the Star Wars galaxy? Maybe a legend species? With Thrawn incoming, a lot of the precedent seems to be on him being the new incoming big bad or the bad guy, but I think it has a lot more nuance and depth than that. It seems as if from the novel aspects of Thrawn Ascendancy that there is a different aspect that the Chiss Ascendancy are fighting in the outer regions of space, a species that we haven't really encountered in the galaxy before, known as the Grisk, that tend to have overwhelming power and the ability to just fully take over civilizations with very few of them. Even the Chiss, that are quite formidable, as we know from just Thrawn alone, are very afraid of very few amounts of this species. So is this species from this galaxy that we're visiting, or will they become an integral part in fighting maybe another bad threat from this new galaxy? Or maybe is one of the aspects of Mortis that we already know is at play here with the brother and sister connection between Anakin and Ahsoka, is there another aspect of play? One that might have already been covered in Legends with the new Jedi Order series that we saw with Abeloth, who was the mother figure to the brother and sister. Now, she wasn't the actual mother, so to say, but a servant that drank from the fountain and other aspects to become perverted into a form that could not be controlled by the father, brother, and sister, and had to be imprisoned. Now, I know this isn't canon, so to say, but it would seem fit that this could be an aspect of the story that we also explore. Are the Purgills the key to that? Are they a leftover from some ancient species that we've dealt with before in legends, such as the Gree or the Rakata, or will they be another connection to some of these other older species that have gone extinct prior to the Star Wars galaxy as we know it? All aspects of this in the incoming Filoni universe could be at play. An entire new realm of Star Wars is being opened up with not only some of the other projects that are at play here, such as Andor and some of the incoming Old Republic and High Republic things, but also this right here and the future as we know it as Star Wars moves forward. We've already had verified takes of the new Jedi Order that will be led by Rey as we saw her in the sequels. But what other aspects will be at play here? It will be interesting to see how these play out, not only as Dave Filoni builds the story around Ahsoka, but also as other integral parts come in with The Mandalorian, Andor, and the incoming High Republic show. Anyways, I love what I've gotten so far from the Ahsoka series, and I hope you have too. Who knows what we're going to get in the future, ranging from more on Mortis, an incoming excursion on the galaxy. We're certainly getting Thrawn incoming, more Jedi. Will we get Grey Jedi, a new Imperial remnant? It seems as if everything is on the table in Dave Filoni's Filoniverse, and I, for one, am here for it. If you like this video and all the other videos to come, please make sure to hit that subscribe and make sure to hit that like as well. Thanks so much for helping out the channel, and keep it classy. Kisses.